Imagine you're a world championship diver approaching that 10-metre diving board. There's a crowd that are there. They're there for you. You've worked for 4 years trying to develop and hone your skills just for this one singular moment. All of a sudden you have those fears.
I didn't get enough sleep last night. Why didn't I train harder?
Everything just seems to emerge at this one point, the most critical point. Would it help if we could really understand who you are, what makes you tick for you to deliver your performance? Well, there might just be some support that we can give.
PKI is an AI system that uses language to analyse personality traits and cognitive load. Cognitive load is the amount of mental effort taken to process information. Cognitive overload is when you don't have the capacity to take in new information. It's like trying to juggle too many balls at one time. The more balls you add, the more difficult the task becomes. From an athlete's perspective, it might be remembering tactical information. It could be about being aware of a situation, where players are, where your opponents are. If you're overloaded, you don't have that awareness. And it could also be about worry. Maybe you haven't slept well, maybe you're worried about a performance. So it's not being in the moment, it's obsessing about a previous moment. So what you see here is PKI's dashboard. And each of the circles you can see is an audio entry where I'm journaling about my day in a 60-second format. So I do an audio journal. And what it's doing is taking my voice and translating that into text. It uses psycholinguistics, which analyzes language, how we communicate, and the groups of words that we utilize. Research has told us the groups of words we utilize, a theory called word counting, is a window into our personality traits and is also a window into our cognitive load. How a coach uses this is actually knowing the person in front of you. So I can see from here, here's someone who is motivated by reward and will take a risk. So I could set specific drills up to actually get that person's inner character out.
My job is to really try and understand people, their world, their environment, the tasks that they're trying to do, and actually in how that interacts to try and get them to perform better within that role. When a player comes to see me, usually I have already formed a sort of relationship with them, so I have an understanding about their personality. Usually watch them in games, so I've analysed where potentially their strengths are and the things that they maybe want to work on. And in a good relationship, if they feel that they're being heard and that actually you know them, then fundamentally we can start to put together a plan that is specific to them, because we're all very unique. So I was looking to ways to help me understand people more effectively, and I started looking at AI.
The ability for us to capture journals in the way we do and analyse language in the way we do means we can do so in many, many different areas and give you an overview of how your own cognitive load is being challenged in different environments. So whether you be at training, whether you be at home, whether you've just woken up, it's just about talking for 60 seconds. So the level of friction needed from the person doing the entry is minimal.
I think we're at the cusp of an evolutionary time in data. The ability to analyse mass amounts of data, the ability to communicate in real time with people, and what we do with that is what's important. We need to understand each other at a deeper level, and I think the current block to that is the exchange of information. There had to be a better way, and that's why our technology is useful.
Makes you realise how important a nice combination between the technology and the craft of the psychologist, I guess at the end of the day, is actually it's for people to be the best versions of them.
I think AI is super powerful, and we now have a huge amount of technological ability at our fingertips. Ability to understand ourselves, the ability to understand others, for me, only drives better understanding and more positive relationships.